Close your eyes. In the howling of an icy wind, you can see an abyss below you. Reality. One wrong decision here costs you your life. Deep breath has begun. Level 1. Suspended Coffin. You wake up to the screech of grinding metal. You are locked in a rusty shipping container hanging from a tower crane jib at the height of the 100th floor. The cable is giving way, and the container is tilting. You have a maximum of 1 minute before it plummets. The only way out is a grated door locked with a massive padlock. There is construction debris scattered in the corner of the container. You manage to grab a piece of steel wire, a heavy hammer, and 2 open-end wrenches. The lock is too thick to be smashed with the hammer. What will you do to escape? A. Try to pick the mechanism using the wire. B. Hit the door hinges with the hammer, hoping to knock them out. C. Insert both wrenches inside the lock's shackle and forcefully squeeze their ends together. D. Stick 1 wrench into the shackle and hit it with the hammer. The correct answer is C. It's the law of leverage. By inserting 2 wrenches into the lock's shackle so that their jaws rest against each other and squeezing the handles, you create immense tension. The lock shackle will snap in half due to the multiplied pressure, just like a plastic toy. If you chose anything else, you didn't make it. The container snaps off, and you go into a 10-second free fall. Your game is over. If you chose C, you saved yourself and move on. The lock snaps with a crack, and you jump onto the crane jib a second before the container falls into the abyss. Level 2. Icy Path. You are on the crane jib. The container has fallen, and the way back is cut off. The wind is howling so loud it deafens you. You need to walk 10 meters along a steel beam to the crane operator's cabin. The night was cold, and the metal is covered with a micro layer of perfectly smooth frost. Your boots slide like you're on an ice rink. One wrong move and you will fall. In your backpack, you have a roll of electrical tape, a folding knife, and a spare pair of thick woolen socks. How do you secure perfect traction on the ice? A. Wrap the electrical tape around the soles of your boots, sticky side out. B. Take off your boots and walk in just the woolen socks. C. Put the woolen socks on top of your boots. D. Use the folding knife to scratch grooves in the ice before each step. The correct answer is C. It's an old mountaineer's trick. Wool fibers, worn over hard footwear, stick to the microscopic texture of the ice and frost. They create powerful friction, acting like hundreds of tiny hooks, preventing your foot from slipping. If you chose another option, you slipped on the second step. The tape froze and lost its stickiness, and the knife couldn't help you keep your balance. You crashed onto the concrete floors below. Game over. If you chose C, you saved yourself. The friction holds you, and you confidently reach the cabin. Level 3. Thermal sights. You made it from the cabin to the roof of the skyscraper. But suddenly a low hum sounds overhead. It's a Marauder patrol drone. It's armed. The drone is scanning the roof in the infrared spectrum. It's looking for the thermal radiation of living bodies. Hiding behind plywood or in the shadows won't work. You have a sheet of window glass, a foil space blanket, and a bucket of ice water. How do you fool the drone's thermal imager? A. Pour the ice water over yourself to lower your body temperature. B. Hide behind the ordinary sheet of transparent glass. C. Wrap yourself in the foil, pressing it tightly to your body. Damu. Lie flat on the concrete and freeze, playing dead. The correct answer is B. Ordinary glass is completely opaque to infrared radiation. To a thermal imager, glass looks like a solid, impenetrable wall reflecting the cold sky. If you chose the foil, it quickly heated up from your body, and the drone opened fire. If the water, it evaporated, giving you away. Your game is over. If you chose B, you saved yourself. The drone looked right at you, but saw only emptiness. The glass hid your heat. Level 4. Leap of Faith. The drone flew away, but not before dropping an explosive charge on the roof. The structural floors are collapsing. You urgently need to descend 10 floors down the elevator shaft. Inside the shaft hangs a greasy steel cable. If you try to slide down it with your hands, the friction will wear your palms to the bone and you will fall. You have no harness. You have a sturdy climbing carabiner, a coil of reliable rope, and a thick leather jacket. How do you set up a safe descent while controlling your fall speed? A. Wrap the cable with the jacket and slide down, gripping it with your hands. B. Tie a rope loop around your neck and armpits, hooking it to the carabiner. C. Clip the carabiner to your belt, thread the rope through the carabiner using a special knot, munter hitch, and secure it to the cable. D. Make a lasso out of the rope, tighten it on the cable, and descend in jerks. The only chance is C, using a munter hitch, UIAA knot. It's a rescue friction knot. The rope rubs against itself inside the carabiner. The harder you pull the free end, the greater the resistance. This allows you to hold and smoothly lower a massive weight with just one hand. If you chose the jacket, the friction burned through the leather in 2 seconds, and your hands let go. You fell to the bottom of the shaft. Game over. If you chose C, you are alive. The knot takes the load, and you smoothly lower yourself into the darkness of the shaft. Level 5. Yellow Fog. You are on the 10th floor. The shaft doors have opened. All that's left is to go down the stairs to the street. But the lower floors are flooded with a thick, heavy yellow gas. It's chlorine, released from the building's destroyed water purification station. One breath of this acid will burn your lungs. You can't just hold your breath. The staircase is blocked with debris, and the descent will take at least 3 minutes. You have a regular cotton face mask, a plastic bottle of water, and a box of baking soda from an abandoned kitchen. How do you create a chemical filter and survive in the toxic cloud? A. Eat a few spoonfuls of baking soda to lower your body's acidity and put on the dry mask. B. Soak the mask heavily with clean water and press it tightly to your face. C. Dissolve the baking soda in the water, completely soak the mask in this solution, and breathe through it. D. Rub dry baking soda on your face and neck, and use the mask as a blindfold. The correct answer is C. Chlorine forms hydrochloric acid upon contact with moisture. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate, an alkali. By soaking the mask in an alkaline solution, you create a chemical barrier. The acidic gas reacts with the baking soda right on the fabric, neutralizing into harmless salt and water. If your choice was different, the water or the dry mask did not stop the chlorine dot. The acid instantly burned your airways, and you remained in this building forever. If you chose C, the alkaline filter purified the air. You pushed through the yellow fog, kicked open the first-floor door, and breathed in clean air. You beat the quest and survived? Let me know in the comments at which level your game ended.